today's video, we're just gonna be riding around the house in front of my house, and we'll also be going to a field where we have a good mud spot. My buddy Grant, who's being an awesome cameraman today, as you can see, he's gonna be riding his mud mower, and this thing has been through hell and back. He has done so much shit on this. I wish I still had the clip of us in the field. They had a tree that was down, and it decided to just pop a wheelie over it. I don't know what happened to that clip, so, but yeah, what we're gonna be doing is riding. So let's switch it to the GoPro. Oh boys, it's been forever since I've been on a four-wheeler. So what we're doing is riding around the house, and we're gonna be going to the field. They actually have a good mud spot. I'm actually running a new setup. I actually bought a helmet the other day, and I got a chin mount. So what I want to know is, leave it down in the comments how y'all like this setup, because I would always run a head mount, make my head itch, and I'm pretty sure if y'all would watch my videos, every time I had a riding video, it would you would see the camera shake a lot more than what it's supposed to, because it was always, my head was always itching from the mount, that I was always moving it. And you know, I kind of figured that it was getting a little aggravating for the people that will watch the videos. So I ended up getting a helmet, and I got a chin mount. I do plan on getting a mic for this GoPro so y'all can hear me a lot better, because I know with the wind and everything, it'll be tough to hear me, especially if I'm going at fast speed. That's why I'm kind of just cruising around right now. So, but yeah, this helmet is not too bad. It really isn't. It's pretty comfortable, and believe it or not, this is a built helmet, and it's pretty comfy. I ended up buying it from a store. Actually, I don't need to say it's a store, it's Cycle Gear. They had a pretty good selection, and this one was on sale for about $60. And I have to hand it to the Cycle Gear employee that threw in a $25 off coupon code. So ended up only spending $40, but this thing is really comfy, not gonna lie. And I also bought another SD card. Oh, and if the quality seems a lot better than what it used to be, this is actually a new GoPro. I ended up getting the Hero 8 Black. I was actually gonna get the Hero 10, but the 10 was just too expensive for my taste, and I went to Walmart actually with Grant, and I saw this one was half the price of the Hero 10, and this is the Hero 8 Black. We gotta get better at wheeling this thing, because ever since I put mud tires on it, I have not been able to wheelie it whatsoever. So before that, the stock tires weren't, see, originally this was my dad's four-wheeler. Instead of buying another four-wheeler, he said, hey, I asked him, I was like, hey, do you just want to trade? Because he had brought it up a while back and said, hey, instead of buying a new four-wheeler, you just want to trade? Because I'm getting too old to ride, and we can end up selling the other one that I used to ride, because I still have a mud riding video of that little red four-wheeler that I used to ride on. But now that this is my four-wheeler, I put mud tires and stuff. So in this video, I thought about a couple things. I had some stuff written down in my YouTube book. You know, I keep a book with me, you know, in case something comes to mind, like video ideas or just something that I could do to, you know, to grow the channel. You know, I'm gonna try my best to only upload once a week, because there's just so many things that I don't know what to do, because it's kind of hard, you know, it's kind of hard to make good content when you're only riding in like one place. And I don't know why I'm standing up right now, because I'm always riding in the yard, or I'm always riding in the field, you know, a good change of scenery. So I need to go to like a good mud riding park. So the story that I wanted to say or tell y'all guys is my job experience. Right now I work at a grocery store that's in my town, and I've been working there for about 2.5 years. Now, the one thing I have to give a store is that it's a good high school job. If any high schooler would like come to me and say, hey, what kind of job would you recommend, I would be like, hey, go to a store. It's a perfect place to learn about the workforce, and you know, just to get some experience. That way when you get out of high school and if you go to college or stuff or something, or even if you don't go to college, you'll have an idea of what the workforce is like. let's see. So my first ever job, the job that I'm at now, is not my first job I've ever had. I worked at a store before this job, and you know, I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but that experience was just awful. It was not the best experience. So here's what happened. It was a winter afternoon when they called me, and the guy that called me was like, hey, are you still looking for a job? I said, yes sir, I still am. He goes, all right, just come meet me like Thursday. This is a Tuesday. You can start Thursday. I'm like, all right, cool, that sounds like a plan. So I get there, you know, like any job, they train you, they get good someone to train you, to show you around, and then boom, you're on your own. Well, they did that for about 2 days. They trained me for about 2 days, and then it was like, you know what, you're on your own. I'm like, oh gee, thanks. Now the first month was pretty good, not gonna lie. The first month was fun. I found out who I liked to work with and who I didn't like to work with. And the guy that hired me, I didn't like to work with. He was just a general ass, honestly. But you know, you have to work with people you don't like most of the time in this world. So I just dealt with it. So like my third month in, they start giving me some, you know, start giving me some shit. The manager who I thought I liked to work with, and that totally changed my mind after that incident. She had wrote me up, and I don't even remember what it was for, honestly. I think it was, I was going too slow or something like that. But how can you write someone up for going too slow when they're new? Like, you know, that didn't make sense to me. I was just in my third month. I still didn't understand the workforce. And this is the mud spot that I was telling you guys about earlier. Oh, it's sloshy today. The water is pretty much gone. The first time I got ridden up, I wasn't told nothing, and it you know, it kind of pissed me off. But I didn't say nothing about it. I mean, I wasn't in a room to talk. Now, the second time I got ridden up, and this is like the time where I said, you know what, F this job. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not gonna hit that right now because I want to finish the story, and then we'll have some fun in the mud. But I was always the one getting called to get baskets or go do milk and eggs, and you know, that's understandable. But it's like, every time I worked with this certain manager and this other co-worker, the co-worker got to go in the office and play with the manager, like not sexually, but I kind of thought it was sexual at the time because they were always together. But no, he got to go sit down in the chairs and just talk, you know. And it kind of pissed me off because I'm doing all the work and the other guy's getting credit for it. That's right, you heard me right. The other guy got credit for the work that I did, and I got something in my eye. Ow! What was that? Ow! Okay, it was a piece of dirt. So that night that we were busy, they were always calling me to do like baskets or go do milk and eggs. And then on top of that, what we would do is we would front the whole store. That's all we would do. And fronting's boring. It really is. Fronting is really boring, in my personal opinion. Whenever that certain manager would come in front, he would get on the same side as that other co-worker and leave me to do the side that was more difficult or that had more work to be done. So naturally I was going to be slower because I'm trying to fix everything, you know, nice and neat how they want it. When the manager went into the office, he told my co-worker, hey, y'all need to you know, get the dials done, stuff like that. I got until this time to complete them. Okay, cool. And he looked at me, he's like, you heard that, right? I'm like, yes sir, I heard that. So, oh wow, huh. Don't tell me I'm gonna need full drive for that. Wow, okay, somebody must have been, oh yeah, somebody did. I have a neighbor that has a Polaris, and I don't know if that's him though. I have a feeling it's him because last time I came right up here, he was always right here, so I guarantee he came riding right here. So yeah, there we go. Take it out full drive. And then the part that made no absolute sense to me was like, hey, I thought I told y'all to be done by this certain time. Before I could say anything, the guy that I was working with says like, hey, I'm sorry, Mason was just being slow, he wasn't doing nothing, he wasn't fronting the way he was supposed to. You know, I kind of want to hit this. You know what, let's do it. See what happens. Come on, fight. Yeah. When that happened, he's like, okay, well, Mason, I'm gonna write you up. You know, you don't have to sign. Well, he didn't say you don't have to sign it. He's like, you have to sign this. And at the time, I thought he was right, but then I later talked to my parents. He's like, they both said, no, you didn't have to sign shit. I'm like, oh, well, I kind of wish I'd have known that before signing it. So then after that happened, you know, I told my parents, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to work there anymore, so I'm gonna just quit. And at the time, I was saving up for a computer, a gaming computer, because I was super into, you know, gaming at that time. And I mean, after I got the money for the computer, I quit. Like, I was like, hey, I went to the store manager, I'm like, hey, it was nice for y'all to give me a job, but I'm like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I'm getting blamed for stuff that's, you know, not my fault, because I'm always having to do other stuff. I'm out. So the manager says, you know, it's not a problem. You know, I'm sorry it didn't work out and stuff like that. So after that, I left, and I never went back for a job for them. But yeah, that's a story that I want to tell y'all. That's the job stories part of the video. Now this is, well, not part of the video. You know, that's the story that I want to tell y'all. You know, about my experience, bad experience with a job. So if y'all want, leave it down in the comments to tell me what I should have did different in that situation, because I would like to hear a lot of different perspectives from, you know, multiple people, because I like to apply that into my life and, you know, my work life, because I don't want to make the same mistake again. Oh, that's nice. Huh. There we go. Full drive. Oh, there's Grant. I've been looking for him. Not really. I've been just riding in that little spot. Hey, Grant. Is the camera clean? Is the camera clean? The lens? Yeah, it got deep. I guarantee that Polaris, it got real deep. It got real deep. Somebody, it looks like somebody's been riding right here too. Well, I can always pull you. I can always pull you. Okay, that's fair. I think there's an entrance over here. And is there a ditch right here? Yeah, there is. I can cross over, but he won't. I think there's a crossover spot right here. I didn't expect that little spot to be deep, because we had rode there, me and Grant, yesterday, but it kind of looks like he's been riding right there, because I noticed some trails that were not here. See, I don't know what's right here, so I guess I'll just have to inch it slowly. Slow and steady wins the race, slow and steady wins the race. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to be talking about. I think the rest of this video will just be me riding in that little mud spot. See if I can get stuck or something. The next videos that I'm gonna be doing, you guys are gonna want to check them out, because they're gonna be some really cool videos, especially one in particular. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it involves something fun. You know, I didn't even think to look back to see if he's not stuck. No, you're good. Let's see right here. Okay, yeah. course, it's not like this all the time, so. Oh, look at him, he's sending it with his mud mower. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really fucking sore. Huh. Yeah, good job, boy. So speaking of which, he got stuck in there and I had to pull him out.